All right, welcome back to the stream. Well, welcome back to another video Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first one, we're going to talk about this Tesla EV tax credit from the US government. This whole March 2023 thing, what's been going on? Has there been an update? I know there's a lot of questions on what's going on. Like, if you take delivery now, what is the case? Will you get the $7,500 tax credit? Will you not? Like, will the IRS just release details and kind of screw everybody all at the same time? So we will definitely talk about it for a little bit, but we're going to go into a variety of topics today, including maybe a new Tesla Model Y comfort suspension, hardware 4.0, a Tesla drag race, and much, much more. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description. If you want to support the channel and get the best financing rates and interest rates, definitely check it out. And thank you to my latest Patreon members, Shri, Alex, Sachin, Sean. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the Patreon. Thank you for supporting. And, I definitely appreciate it. So thank you. But let us jump into it. So if you don't know right now, there is a federal tax credit, $7,500 federal tax credit on the Model 3 and Model Y. Any vehicle, any new Tesla Model 3 or Model Y that you can buy right now from Tesla. It doesn't matter what type of price point it is. It doesn't matter how much you want to load it up with all the options. You can even get a $15,000 full self-driving option. Still a-okay at the end of the day. But, for a while, there's been this date out there. You can see here around the website, it says this credit amount is in effect for deliveries, specifically deliveries. So it has nothing to do with when you order it. It has nothing to do with when you submitted your deposit, but it has everything to do with when you actually take delivery of a vehicle. And technically, as the tax law says, it's when you take delivery and or when you place the vehicle into service. So, there's a debate on that right now for sure, on like what does placing in service actually mean. But that's a whole another topic at the end of the day. So there's right now, so you have to take delivery. That's technically how it is. You have to take delivery by 2023. And for a while, we've been floating this date on that sometime that in March of 2023, the IRS and the Treasury could change the guidelines. And what those guidelines are is, with the EV tax rate, this new tax rate of $7,500, it's broken into two parts, $3,750 and $3,750. The TLDR is that it's based on critical battery minerals and where the battery components are manufactured. But because, the IRS, for whatever reason, it needed to delay guidelines, they told everybody that they were going to delay this guidelines on the battery components and critical minerals until March. And so here's an article from Reuters. Here's another one from CNBC, and basically says, that they're delaying this guidelines. And so it's not up to Tesla's control. It's really the government at the end of the day, and they could release it at any time. Right now it is March 2nd. So it could be tomorrow. It could be at the end of this month. We really have no idea. But the one thing that's for sure is you should be comfortable taking delivery of your Tesla right now, today, tomorrow, or really up to when the IRS releases those guidelines. I know that's kind of scary, right? Maybe double check the IRS websites every single day right before you take delivery if you want to be sure. I mean, you can for sure bet we will try and announce it as quick as possible, and so will probably a lot of the Tesla community at the same time. But even if you don't want to, wait for the powers to be before you take delivery, if you want to just be absolutely extra sure, here is the website on the IRS website that they will release the news, or they will release the information. They released it here last time when this page went up on December 28th, where they had the list of the Model Ys and Model 3s that became eligible. And they always release a bunch of stuff on this page, as they decide to release information day after day and time after time. So This is certainly the website. Maybe just favorite it. And the one place I like to look at is, if you just go to the IRS.gov homepage.com, you can see there's a news section where they release certain articles here and there. But I think the easiest way is maybe even going to the homepage and scrolling down to the bottom right here, where you can see clean vehicle tax credit. This is also news and announcements, and so they'll probably post this here because it's a pretty hot topic, and I imagine a lot of people are going to be interested in wanting to know ASAP. I mean, you can even try calling the IRS. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we'll do that before the next video goes out, so we can try and get a little bit of more clarification. But I wouldn't say leave it up to Tesla to update their website very quickly, because that's a little anxious. And then I'm not sure if I would trust like a Tesla advisor, right? Because they might not also know the up-to-date information as well. But we're starting to get reports that people are getting mixed answers. So like, here's a comment I got a day ago on one of my videos. It says, "Hey, I just got my Tesla today. The staff who was there mentioned that the Tesla tax credit expired as of yesterday night. I was surprised. I am not sure if it is true." We already know that it's not true. And then someone else jumped in and said, "Not true. Many of the Tesla employees don't know what they're talking about." And then the same person said, "Talk to Tesla today, and they said if I take delivery before any changes are made, I will still get the credit." And that's kind of how we understand it right now. So as long as the IRS, it's IRS, not Tesla. As long as the IRS does not release any sort of news or anything like that, then I would just sit tight at the moment and not worry about it so much. Because if it does changes, it is what it is at that point. Like if it doesn't get the full 7,500, if it just gets 3,750, I feel like Tesla will do something, that's for sure, to try and adjust it in terms of the pricing. But hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully, that's not confusing. Basically, you can take delivery until the IRS changes their guidelines and you'll get the full 7,500. If they change it, then we'll know a different story at that point. And of course, it's based on vehicle delivery, not vehicle order fee, date, or vehicle submission, anything like that. So hopefully that clears it up for you. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Good luck to everybody that's out there with pending delivery dates. That's for sure. I know there's probably a lot of you out there that maybe have a delivery date end of this month, or maybe even next month, the first month of next quarter. But there's certainly going to be a big rush, that's for sure, at the end of this month. We already started to see a bunch of Model Ys get loaded to the website. From yesterday, you can see there's 195 brand new Model Ys still eligible for sale. And on the Model 3 side, there's 186 Model 3s eligible for sale. And we're starting to see more discounts as well. Model 3 certainly has a handful of demo discounts. So, it's getting there, that's for sure. But hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Hopefully, if you have any questions, drop it in the comments, drop it in the live streams. We'll get to those questions, that's for sure, because that's the benefit of the live stream. But before we get into our next topic, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them could actually schedule a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including credit unions and banks out there that have interest rates as low as 4%, 4.2%. Yes, times are changing, but that's the lowest at rates right now. It's eligible for everybody. Still better than Tesla financing at 5.44%, but definitely check it out if you are interested. All right, water break. We got a variety of topics today, a bunch, and I see the live chat is going. No worries. We will get to it, that's for sure. But this next one, pretty interesting, because we'll just roll right into it. So as you all know, the Tesla Model Y has a suspension that I've always never really been a fan of, or at least all Teslas do it. Well, not all Teslas, Tesla Model 3 and Tesla Model Y. But with the new comfort suspension that got released like in 2022, 2023, I don't think we've ever seen details on like the exact specifications of it, on how it actually is built, or any sort of stats from the previous to the current generation. All we kind of got was it's more comfortable, I would say, even especially from Elon when he talked about the comfort suspensions. But we finally got some details, and it looks like Tesla China has released those details. So we'll jump into it. I'll show exactly exactly what we found and what we're talking about. But here it is right here. So shout out to Sawyer Merritt. News. Tesla China has announced that all Model Ys built after January have new comfort suspension, which is good because most likely the comfort suspension is the same one that's in the US right now that's been around for at least a year or two, like 2022s and 2023s. And so now we actually have some stats on it. The top sports stiffness of the shock absorber is 50% better than before, thereby filtering out a greater extent of impact of the road surface on the vehicle. Okay, not bad. That's good. It's good to hear. Spring stiffness is reduced by 2 nm to 5 nm. I have no idea what that talks about, but maybe that's, that sounds a lot better, right? And so let's take a look at this. Of course, is Google Translate from the Chinese news or whatever social media post it was. So let's see. The top sport stiffness is 50% better than before, filtering out a greater extent of the vehicle impact. And spring stiffness is reduced by 2 to 5.5 nmm. No idea what that says. Reducing overturning and making the vehicle more comfortable. At the same time, by adjusting the vibration frequency of this vehicle suspension, the frequency 4 to 5 makes it easy to resonate with the human body as far away. The elderly and children are not easy to measure the car more. Double layer glass to reduce the wind noise. Thank you for on the way when you have fun to arrive at the station. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Model Ys certainly have that double pane glass, which makes it comfortable as well. But this is good because I don't think I've ever seen stats like this on Tesla Model Y suspension. And this is for the US. If you're curious, this is for all 2023 Model Y long ranges. Model Y performance is still going to be a harsher suspension because of the shocks, the big rims, the 21-inch rims. That's why I kind of don't recommend those. But if you have a Model Y long range, it's going to be a lot more comfortable than years before. But the key thing here is that even though it's much more comfortable, it's if you're coming from certain cars, maybe luxury cars, other types of luxury cars like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Model Y is not going to be comparable to those. And it might not be because of Tesla's fault. It might so be more of like how heavy the batteries are. And so it's just harder to do that. Or maybe Tesla wanted a sportier suspension at the end of the day. Okay, Paul, Newton per millimeter. Learned something new today. Thank you, Paul. Thanks for coming in and dropping that knowledge. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Really, really cool to see the stats. 50% better than before. So now I'm excited because, I talk a lot of smack, I would say, about Tesla Model Y suspension, but also at the flip side, I've never driven a 2022 or 2023 Tesla Model Y long range. My Model Y performance was a 2021. So granted, that was 2 years old at this point. So I've yet to do that. And I was almost going to go to a delivery appointment for a friend for a Model Y long range, but I never got to set it up because I wanted to drive it and check it out. That's for sure. But at the end of the day, a Tesla Model Y is not going to be comparable to Lexus's, BMW's, Mercedes. So I do try and give that caveat out there. I think most people know this by now, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. He always hates on the performance. Still the best Model Y. No, for sure. I mean, I thought it was a great car at the end of the day. Amazing car. It was, a point. If I had to go back, I would probably just do because now that we've done Model S, X, Y, and 3, X is nice, but is it worth the, almost potentially double the price of the Model Y? I guess it depends, right? But we're going to jump into our next topic. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking. Thanks for watching. And this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description to the Patreon link. So definitely check it out if you want to support the channel. Water break. All right. We got one more topic and then we'll get into the live stream chats. And this one's pretty interesting. That is for sure. All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. In this next topic, it looks like hardware 4.0 is finally out. I know in our past videos we talked about, we've got spy shots here, or maybe the picture of this Model S has it here, but it looks like these vehicles are out. They're in inventory. They're ready for you to purchase if you so choose, and you can get it on Model S and Model X's. So we'll take a look at what we've seen, the data, what we're looking at. And if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And so let's get into it. So right here, tweet from @TeslaChan. Shout out to TeslaChan for posting this. I did a translate really quickly because this is definitely Korean and I cannot read Korean. Vehicles equipped with hardware 4.0 are starting to appear in Model S and X inventory. He used the site EVCPO, which I recommend as well for used, but you can also use it for new. And Model S, and he also notes that Model S and X inventory is at its lowest level since the price cut in January. So if we just pop over to EVCPO, we can see right here, I've got it sorted down to Model S, then new. And I had to dig for this because there's certainly a good amount of Model S's still available in the country right now. I mean, we can even check to see if we, let's see if we look at Model S's, because we haven't seen Model S's. Okay, so the discounts are starting to come down, but there's 155 posted on the website. Of course, we know that this could be, manipulated to a certain extent. There could be more, or there could be not. So, well, there's definitely more. But if you can see right here in this column, oh no, no, we screwed up. Anyways, in that column right there, if we filter down to, hopefully it just switches back to Model S. Let's see, we got to go to Model S right here, then go to new, then we go to USA. And of course, we got to close out this ad and then check the box right here for hardware 4, because you can sort it by that. You can see, okay, for some reason, there's only one right now, but maybe they're hidden. You can see in this column, it says AP hardware 4.0. And then if we try and open up this vehicle right here, it links us down to a Model S on the website, and we can just only assume that the backend data says it's hardware 4.0 and that they are already available, already starting to pop up on the website, and you can take a delivery of it. So the question is, are you interested in a Model S or Model X? I mean, I'm not sure I would be interested in a brand new one and paying that extra $20,000 to $30,000 premium on a new one because it has hardware 4.0 and all that stuff. I mean, we really haven't seen any of the benefits, or we haven't been sold on this, newer hardware 4.0 at this moment. So I would say at this point, if I'm interested in a Tesla Model S refresh or a Model X, well, we've got a Model X, but in another one, I would just get a used one at the end of the day at this point, because you're going to save a buttload of money, in my opinion, and it's essentially the same exact thing. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. If you want to go see it for yourself, go to EVCPO, switch down to hardware 4.0, and then you can see all the different vehicles. I mean, it's not going to be much change on the website, but cool to see that it's finally out. And then if you're curious, if you're pending, if you got a Model 3 or Model Y order in the queue, and you want to see when those hardware 4.0s might get released, this is kind of like one small hack, one small way to try and figure that out. But it looks like maybe there is no Model Y or Model 3 hardware 4.0, but we kind of already knew that at the moment, right? So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts on it. Are you trying to hold out for hardware 4.0? Are you going to try and delay your order? I certainly know there's a handful of people that want to get their Model Y or Model 3 ASAP. And there's probably another camp that is slowly growing in size that wants to wait for hardware 4.0, wants to wait for Project Highland, or maybe even Project Juniper that we just talked about and showed yesterday, that it could be a new Model Y later in 2024. Interesting stuff, right? But it could be, you could want to wait for all that. But we're going to jump into some of the live streams and some of the comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including the best credit union and banks out there that all have interest rates better than Tesla financing. So definitely check it out in the description if you are interested. Water break. All right, let's get into the comments and to the chats. Thank you all for waiting. Thank you all for being patient. If you're just joining in, the tax credit explained, it's basically my tips, check the IRS websites, check the sites every day and up to your delivery appointment, because it could change at any moment. But I don't think I don't think the IRS is going to savagely like retroactive it back to like March 1st or anything like that. They'll just say like, oh, today's March 15th. Any vehicle delivered after March 15th does not qualify for the tax credit if Tesla loses the $7,500 tax credit or a portion of it. I wouldn't say do not, don't trust Tesla advisors, but I wouldn't take their word at 100% confidence, I guess. I would I wouldn't take the website's word either. I would certainly check the IRS websites, check all this, the source of truth, because that's really where it's going to be posted ASAP. Brian, I believe Illinois has a $4,000 credit too. I wish this wasn't all so muddy. Yeah, it kind of sucks how there's just so much information out there. There's just so many. I was thinking about this earlier today, like, because we've got some landscaping going on at the house, right? We're trying to do DIY, if not order stuff. In LA has like this like drought landscaping program. You can get free mulch if you go to this place. You can get free trees if you contact this organization. And like, I wish there was just like one centralized area where like all the programs out there, and maybe there is, and I just don't know about it, but maybe like there's like one centralized area where every program is listed. I mean, I guess that's too convoluted with too many like industries and whatever's out there. But that'd be interesting, right? Like a life hack centralized source. I think that would be my mission statement, right? Because we've got the Tesla hacking figured out, right? Like how to get the best deal and all that stuff. But what about the rest of the world, or rest of the other things that are in life? Great topic. Took delivery last month. Hoping to get more info. See $7,500 rebate from our CPA. You're good. As long as you took delivery last month, you are 100% good, as long as you have a tax liability of $7,500. And what that means is the TLDR is if you make above $75,000 in W-2 income. Goes into effect the day after they announce it. Yeah, according to the FAQ on the IRS website. Okay, where is that? Because I don't think I've seen that section. But I mean, that makes sense. They wouldn't just kind of like retroactively announce it. They'll just announce it, and then it'll be like the day after or something like that. Hey Dennis, I pulled the trigger and purchased a red Model S 2023 demo, taking delivery next week. Wow, congrats, Jovan. Nice. Good pickup, all that stuff. Love it. My delivery date is 3/11. Okay, that's coming up. That's what, like a little bit over a week. Nice. 3/11 for you too. Feels good. Yeah, it's coming up very, very soon. Zero, welcome. Yeah, I messaged you back on, or I didn't message you back on Instagram yet. Also, potato, love it. But yeah, thanks for messaging me. I'm going to coordinate all this stuff. If you want to get ahead of it, like I'm going to take a look at the verification that you sent. But if you want to send me your address and all that stuff, because I just have to pass it to Tenet, and then they can ship out your Tesla wall charger. And congrats to you for winning that Tenet giveaway yesterday. We did a live on stream. We announced the giveaway. We did the comment randomizer. And if you're watching right now, we're doing another giveaway. I love these giveaways. I want to give back. We worked with Jason at OC Tint Solutions to give away free 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla. So it could be a Tesla Model 3, a Model Y, S, or X. Video is going to be tomorrow, probably like 5 or 6 p.m. It's going to be like a 20-minute video. And in that video, it's going to be instructions on how you can enter to win free 3M ceramic tint installed. You will not pay a single cent for it. Yeah, you won't pay a single cent for it, and you don't have to pay for shipping. No scammers out there. And but of course, you have to be willing to travel to Jason's shop in Anaheim, which is OC Tint Solutions. And if you want to map out your travel, because you want to be on your way, OC Tint Solutions is the one on the screen. Great quality work. I've brought the past 3 Teslas to him. He's done every single one, and they also now do PPF. Which they just did it on the Model X, and really good stuff. And if you don't believe me, just look at their Yelp reviews. 5 stars, 411 reviews. So shout out to Jason, and then definitely hit that subscribe and the like button for tomorrow's giveaway, so you can be in tune and ready to go. Paul, good evening. Welcome, welcome. Does the Model Y Performance have comfort suspension? I don't believe so, but it is better than the years before. I'm pretty sure all Model Ys. I'm super excited. Just got the VIN for my wife's Model Y long range. Can't wait to go get it. Love it. When's your delivery date? Newton per, thank you. Yeah. I came in late. What about the 7500? Basically, it's a fluid situation on the 7500 tax credit. It could change at any moment. I'm on the hunt right now for a set of Gemini wheels, so I have them ready to switch day one and sell the Ubers later. Love it. Or even just switch to the Uber turbines, but I like it. I like it. He always hates on the performance. Still the best Model Y. No, I agree. No, I like it. I like it. It's just, it's harsh. It's harsh. Sometimes, I don't know. I've been driving a lot more in the Model X these days, and it's also pretty harsh too. I must admit, but it's still good. Hey Dennis, maybe it's just me. Maybe I've got I'm getting older. I'm getting old. Hey Dennis, have you heard of people being able to getting a price match on an existing inventory order if you have a custom order at a lower price? My rep shot me down and said it was not possible. I guess I have to take my chances and try to snipe one by editing my order config. No, it should be possible. I've heard different people telling us back they were able to get it done, but maybe your just rep is Tesla reps. It's there's a lot of different Tesla rep varieties, I guess. But yeah, does Model 3 have double layer glass? I don't believe so. Sub-seasonal ocean, welcome. Just tuning in. What's the news on the tax credit? No news yet. It's a fluid situation. Could change at any moment. Tax credit is sort of confusing. Too bad it won't be like 2024 when you get the instant discount at point of sale. Yeah, for sure. Like we would definitely wish it was 2024, but you can for surely bet, I would say, if it's point of sale, Tesla will just raise that price up. So this might be the lowest Model Y price we'll be seeing for a while, unless, of course, the economy just takes a yeah. Would love to know when the Model Y is getting hardware 4.0. My guess is like Q3, Q4. Did the floor mats get announced for the giveaway? Yes, we announced it last Friday, I think. We did a random comment machine thingy on the stream, and I think those we passed it to the Tesla is going to ship them out, and so that's already in the bag, ready to go. But don't fret. We've got a giveaway tomorrow, and then I'm for sure going to do another giveaway in March. I'm going to try and do. We're doing at this pace, we're doing 2 giveaways of some point each month, and I've got some Tesla accessories over here that we could give away too. The brand new, ready to go. Dennis, when are you going to organize a meet and greet in OC? Yeah, maybe at OC Tint Solutions. He's about to potentially open a new shop. And so maybe we'll just, collab it, combine it with them there, and that'd be fun. So if you can't deliver before March, I'd hold. Okay. Yeah. Because then you can't get the tax credits. I get it. Is it worth it to wait for Juniper? I mean, that's a long wait. What, 2 to 3 years? If you need a car, you need a car. But if you don't, I mean, that's still a long time. LOL, wait for Model Y Juniper when auto rates are 15%. No thanks. That's a good point. That is certainly a good point. Auto rates keep going up. We're going to talk about that as our last topic, because a lot of the credit unions that are go-tos, some of the good ones are starting to raise rates, unfortunately, and it's harder and harder to find the better rates. I did a scrounge around there to see what's out there. So the good news is there's still credit unions that do really good low rates, like 2.5%, 2.9, but they're just pretty hard to get into. You know me, I'm trying to figure out all the different angles on how to get in, and I just couldn't figure out for sure for some of those, but they do exist. But I would say the average right now is 3 to 4, but we'll talk about it. Good point. Cars will cost like $75,000 then too. Yeah, because the average price will certainly keep going up and up and up. I have a feeling that Ford hardware 4.0 won't be released for the Model Y until retooling Project Jupiter, since then requiring them to retool the manufacturing line. That's a good point. And also, why change a good thing, right? Like if Tesla Model Y is still selling like hotcakes, does it need hardware 4.0? Does it need it? Not exactly too sure. I have a Model Y P estimate for late this month. Really think of canceling and reordering in the next couple months to get hardware 4.0. Not going to wait till next year to Juniper. Yeah, I'm not sure hardware 4.0 would come out that quickly, but who knows at the end of the day. On IRS website FAQ, it says goes in effect the day after they announce. Okay, so let's find that, because we might as well post that, or at least put that somewhere, because IRS tax credit Let's see. So I don't think I've seen that. Iris fax tips. So that means it could be like announced in the day after. Day after, it would just be, an S show. You took delivery last month. Oh, let's see here. Matt Clark. What's the best option for getting car charger installed or NEBR 1450? Is there a recommended installer electrician company? I would say just go on Yelp, pick the 4.5 to 5-star review, and of course try and find one with a license and all that stuff, and then kind of just sift through and get a bunch of quotes. But yeah, I noticed that some vehicles can only be registered in certain states. You know why that is? I think they have a certain agreements with some of the Tesla stores, and so you kind of just got to put your zip code in there, and then sometimes they also put shipping holds where they won't ship it if it gets near to the end of the month because they want those deliveries to the local area to be quicker, and so they do funky stuff like that. After tax credit, should do refinance video after. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a finance video. It's gonna go through. I'm gonna give at least 2 to 3 options for credit unions. So, and then of course it's gonna be combined with the giveaway to give it more hype. What's new, Peak Bagger? I don't know. What's new? What's up with you? Topic A, question 6. Okay. How do I get there? Let's just use the Google machine. IRS EV tax credit. Topic A, question 6. Oh, look at, okay. Topic A, question 6. What is the amount of the new vehicle tax credit beginning January 1st? Eligible vehicles qualify for the tax credit up to $7,500 until the day after the Treasury and IRS proposed guidance on critical mineral and battery components of the new clean vehicles under et cetera. In general, minimum. Oh, okay. Once the Treasury and Department of Treasury and IRS proposed the critical mineral and battery components guidance later in 2023, additional requirements will change the amount of credit that is. The Treasury and Department and the IRS anticipate issuing the proposed guidance in March. Got it. Thank you, Larry. Thanks for coming in and helping us with that. Just booked Model Y standard range all-wheel drive. Any advice? Try the EDD hacks that we've talked about on the channel at least like past few couple days. See if you can bump up your order. Model 3 standard range all-wheel drive, delivery date 3/10. Okay, it looks like you're still in the clear because let's be real, right? It's unless the IRS decides to ruin everybody's Friday and announce it tomorrow, we've got still a little bit of breathing room. We've got the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. I mean, they could come out on the 6th, which is Monday, and do it. I mean, they could do it sometime next week. But I don't want to say it's not possible. But March 3rd, tomorrow. I mean, could they do a Friday press release and then it'll be eligible on Saturday and ruin everybody's weekend? I don't know. Okay, I'll send you address in a bit. Okay, yeah, congrats to you again. Schedule a model test drive of Model Y. Will they let me drive the performance as well as the long range? Those are the two I'm deciding between. It depends on if they actually have inventory or not. Believe it or not every Tesla center has them just kind of sitting around. They try and sell like every single one, especially now that it's March, which is the last month of the quarter. So it kind of depends for sure. You can always call them ahead or try to and see if they have inventory available for you to drive. My delivery date is 3/9. Do you think the $7,500 full tax credit will still be there? 3/9 next Thursday? I'd say you've got a good chance, but you never know. You never know because the IRS and the Treasury could release details at any moment if they want to. How much per PPF for the front Model Y front end? Actually, not sure, but if you want to DM them on Instagram, OC10 Solutions, and just tell them you are looking for the Dennis YouTube deal, he'll know exactly what you're talking about. Or you can go to the website, OC10 Solutions, and ask them, or you can fill out the form and say Dennis sent me, or OC10 Solution, or Dennis YouTube, and he'll know exactly what you're talking about as well. I have the option to pick up my Model Y 7-seater with full self-driving. Should I get it or wait for hardware 4 or wait for Highland? Well, Model Y 7-seater Juniper, I would say drop the full self-driving. That's for sure. Yeah, especially if you're not getting, like, there's no point in getting full self-driving with the old hardware at this point, I would say. Drop the full self-driving because that's especially what hardware 4 is meant for. And then, yeah, And then waiting, it really just boils down to, do you need a car now or not? Hi Dennis, just joining in now. What's your take on ceramic coating and other brands? Any detailers you would recommend? Yeah, so my take on ceramic coating is, I would say I do it to every single Tesla. You can pay anywhere from $500 to $1,000. I like Geon ceramic, which is Gyeon. And of course, if you're in the OC area, I've also have a shop recommended, 24K Shine. Whoops, here, let me pull up the Yelp. 24K Shine in Santa Ana. The owner is Andre. You can hit him up. This is actually my Model S I brought there. And I also brought him the Model X recently, but I like the product he uses. That's why I went to him, or that's why I go to him, is the product is called Geon. It's really proven and it's a good ceramic. And he also doesn't charge like crazy prices that I've seen everywhere else. So definitely check him out. Ask for the Dennis YouTube deal as well. He'll know exactly what you're talking about. I just got my VIN for Model Y Performance, debating on whether to keep it or not. Thoughts on buying with the 7,500 tax rate and 2,000 CVRP. Resale value high. I would say don't buy with the intent to resell, because resale is kind of dead at this point. But Model Y, if you've got the lower price 56,990 and you're getting those tax credits, you should be good. You're not going to lose money or not lose a bunch of money, but I wouldn't buy it with the intent to resell at this point. Dennis, does the Model 3 Performance able to be tuned via software to have longer range? Like Model Y can be tuned to have performance? Not officially from Tesla, but there are some ways to hack it, but I'm not sure if I would recommend the hacking. Thanks for all the great Tesla content, by the way. No, thank you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for the comments. Thank you for hitting the like button, and thanks for watching. Definitely appreciate it. My Model Y long range delivery was scheduled for 3/3, but Tesla texted me was ready earlier. So I picked up 228 just into the home plate in the last inning. Love it. Congrats to you. It seems like you've made it perfectly. And because really all this March timeframe is just borrowed time as each day goes day by day. I mean, ideally they could announce it tomorrow, because Friday press release, or most likely Monday, right? But who knows? Well, actually, let's think about this, because their last announcement was on the 29th. You can see it right here, 29th of December, which was a Thursday, 2 days before the end of the year. Could they announce it tomorrow on a Friday? I guess they could, huh? Kind of scary. But who knows? But there were some claims in the blogs that 2023's models were fitted with hardware 4. Not too sure. It's only a rumor at this point. The only touch point that we have is if we go to Model Y right here and try and see if any of these are hardware 4.0, at least from the algorithm, and it does not looks like it doesn't look like it is. It all says hardware 3.0. So I would assume it's not at this point, because on this site, on EVCPO, we can see new Model S's that have hardware 4.0. So if we believe on how this site is configured and it's showing the right hardware, see like right there, hardware 4.0, then we can only assume that it would also pick up the Model 3s and the Model Ys as well. Already confirmed the loan from Tesla. Can I switch to a credit union now? Yeah, just send them a message. Hi, Dennis. Took your advice and applied for the CVRP last night. 2,000 is still good. Yes, 100%. Let me know, Jason. Because our contact that said it is an increase $4,000 to $5,000 says it is still $4,000 to $5,000. So let me know on your application. See what type of responses you get. I don't have a VIN yet, and Tesla is not giving me the sale agreement to lock in the rate with the CU. They won't give it to you until you actually get the VIN, because they can't generate like the buyer's order or anything like that. I'm so confused. Is the tax credit fully refundable in 2024? It's a point of sale, right? Yes, 2024 it's point of sale. You can elect to have it discounted, but right now it is based on your tax liability. The really easy rule of thumb, I would say, and of course, don't quote me. I'm just a guy on YouTube that just talks about Tesla buying content and has bought 4 Teslas and also used the EV tax credit twice in the past. Of course, this one is, the Inflation Reduction Act one, but it's based upon how much taxes you pay per paycheck if you're a W-2 employee throughout the year. And if you pay above $7,500, you get that money all back. And so the rule of thumb is around like $75,000 to $80,000 in W-2 income. If you're 1099, if you're self-employed, if you're contracted, of course, it's a different story. You should know how much you're paying your taxes for because you literally have to write a check to the government and state for your taxes. But if you're W-2, it's a lot easier. You get that money right back. Follow up to my first question. I'm OC based. Nice. Can you apply for CUs and banks if you get a better rate? Just reach out to Tesla and they will swap the funding tab to show self-funding. Exactly. Yeah. Just tell them you just have to be upfront with them and tell them you're using outside financing. So is it March 1st or March 31st? Fluid date, it could change at any moment. And regarding this section on the IRS website, it says that they'll announce it and it will change the day after. But, at this point, it's Thursday. They can announce it tomorrow, and then I guess it would go into effect on the 4th. But realistically, they'll probably announce it Monday, if that, or maybe even all the way to the 31st. We're getting mixed signals, that's for sure. So we have no idea. Could be any day this month, but yeah, I'm scared they'll come out swinging tomorrow, the 3rd, with new guidelines. Yeah, it's the government. I mean, maybe they could come out tomorrow on the 3rd and say, hey, no, actually they won't. I was going to say something like, hey everyone, it's going to be on the 3rd and you have all the way till the 15th or the 31st to buy it. But from what this looks like, maybe they'll just, axe it all for everybody. It's the government and they are dead in the midst of the tax season. Everyone should go feel safe until at least the 31st. It's a good point. Good point, actually. Do you think there's a chance the 7,500 credit might go up after IRS amounts because the Section 8 section might go up or down? No, it won't go up. It will most likely either stay the flat or go down to 3,750. And there's, we did make a video about how maybe the Austin Model Y may qualify for the full 7,500, but the Fremont one may only qualify for 3,750. After Hardware 4, will they bother updating Hardware 3? I don't think so. I think they'll just start to heavily discount the existing inventory that they have, and just try and clear them out, like maybe 2, 3, 4. I mean, yes, at this point, there's no discounts on Model Ys, but not too long ago, and also not too long before that, we would see $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 discounts on Model Ys all the time. It was kind of just like that was the thing. Of course, prices were higher, but also maybe prices weren't that higher. Like just reflecting on my Tesla Model Y performance, it was, I think, a base price at, I don't know, $61,000 at the time, or maybe 59. But I got a $3,000 discount on it, and it had 888 miles as a demo. So, Tesla's used to that. They like to hit the discount button all the time, just to like clear that inventory whenever they want. Selly, hit the like button. No, yes, thank you. RB, hit the like button. It looks like mine won't include sonic sensors. Does that mean it will have hardware 4? No, unfortunately not. Sonic sensors have been removed since I want to say October. And so it might not, it will not have hardware 4. Got an email that my car is ready for pickup, but only can secure a time slot for pickup for next Wednesday. Is there any way I can move up my pickup date? Any tips? That's a good question. I don't know. I would say just go to the store. I would say schedule it for Wednesday. That's like almost a whole week from now. Schedule it for Wednesday and then go to the store and ask. I have heard one person said that they just went to the store and they just were able to pick up the car. And so maybe they could do that. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask, right? Especially if you're nice about it. And just, maybe, I don't know, bring some donuts for the team or something. I don't know. IRS article, credits for clean new vehicles purchased after 2023. Every state seller required to report your name and tax credit ID for you to be eligible for the claim tax credit. Yeah, they'll probably export a list or something like that. Called Tesla and asked if they do this for me. Didn't know anything about this. Should we worry? No, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that actually. Dude, I caught myself saying that's for sure, and it's all my fault. Sorry about that. I say a lot of stuff over and over again. That's kind of thing with just like off the cuff. I got a lot of keyword tags. That's for sure. For sure. All right. We've got, a couple of just like random topics that I just thought were just interesting and cool, I guess. But I don't know if you guys saw this Tesla drag race where I wonder if they filmed this for like a commercial or something, but they somehow lined up every single Tesla vehicle out there, of course, except one, because they have that one too. Now, what I mean by the last vehicle that they didn't line up was a Tesla Roadster, but a pretty cool video nonetheless. It's a very short one, maybe only like 5 seconds at most, but they've got what? I mean, just taking a look at it right now. They got the Semi, they got the Cybertruck, they've got the Model 3, the Model Y, the S and X, and they kind of just drove them all off like in a like a pseudo drag race, I guess, because I mean, semi truck and Cybertruck racing, that's just funny, right? But to see that they're both, I mean, it kind of looks like the semi truck won there, but then we got like, of course, Model S. I really think the Model S looks the best. It probably has the best stance or lowered stance, that's for sure, from the front. Model 3, like a baby Model S. Model X is nice too, but it doesn't look as good as the Model S for sure. And then of course you got the Model Y all the way in the top right corner, but definitely, some pretty interesting stuff. I still am, every day I'm getting more and more excited for this Cybertruck to see it actually come out, to see it actually on the road. And that last version that we saw yesterday, it looked pretty polished. Like, looks like it's ready to go. I certainly didn't think it was, going to actually come out this year, and what they're saying June to maybe even Q3, Q4. But it does look like it is ready to go with the new steering wheel, with the new interior, with all of that stuff. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on this are. I thought it would be fun to kind of show this on stream. And of course, probably one of those actual YouTuber channels where they do those races like Car Wow and all that stuff. They'll probably get their hands on a Cybertruck and race it against like the Ford F-150, the Hummer, and all that stuff. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts. Definitely hit the comment down below. And of course, would you love to be in this race, right? Or in which vehicle would you pick from this lineup? Because of course, I mean, the one with the most value, if arguably the most value, is the semi truck, because you could actually utilize it in would make money for you, right? Robo semi truck coming soon, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Water break. We got let's see, 3 more topics. We'll probably speed run through them and then get through the last topic about credit unions and how they're raising rates. It's a tough time out there. I know. I'm actually glad that I feel for everybody that's pending delivery right now, because rates seem to be going up higher and higher every single week. And it's luckily good I was able to, and just like everybody else, was able to try and get in and locked in at 2 to 3% essentially. But yeah. All right, so welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today in this next topic, we're going to talk about how Tesla will begin to offer bi-directional charging by 2025. That is what, 2 years from now, 2 to 3 years from now. So definitely some interesting stuff. And we'll talk about what that actually means. And, we have a house right here, and we have a little bit of solar. When I'm exploring, like maybe adding more solar or a power battery wall. But now I'm like, well, why get a power battery wall when the car is going to be my battery wall in like the next couple of years? So maybe it's just go gung ho on solar. But we'll talk about what this means and what this could mean for you, and why, it's more efficient. Like, right? It's funny to think like, oh, buying a Tesla is one thing, or buying a vehicle is one thing, but buying something to power your house, it's kind of got dual use on that. But here's the article. If you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best possible price. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. So here's the article. Shout out to Inside EVs. Tesla models to offer bi-directional charging by 2025. The announcement was made, of course, on our yesterday's most exciting event, and Investor Day. I know it was such a edge of my seat type of thing, but there were some things here and there in the event that we could just pull from. Certainly we could have just got a recap. That would have been best, and probably you did from my yesterday's video where we talked about the high level things. But this was one thing I missed from the the charging, and this was during the Q&A. I did listen to it, but I didn't think it was that cool. But it actually is kind of cool. Like, just imagine getting home, plugging your vehicle in, charging up, and then overnight, there's a thunderstorm, you lose all the power, you plug your vehicle right back in, and then now you've got power in your house to power your essentials, right? Like your refrigerators, your heaters, and all that stuff. Your frozen food, your pizzas that you can't let to melt. And so on yesterday's investor call, they did ask Elon and the team, like, are you going to put bi-directional charging? Because, we've got Ford F-150 doing that, and there's probably a handful of companies that do that. And of course, their response was, we can do it, I think, essentially. And, it just wasn't their focus of bringing it to the vehicles. And so now they said pretty much in the next 2 to 3 years, by 2025, they will have the ability to charge your house. So this is cool to think, because, buying an EV is one thing, electric vehicle. Buying a Tesla is another thing to save money on your gas. Maybe not, because electricity is getting up. But the other thing is just having this backup battery for your house. That's for sure. So, let me know what your thoughts on this. I mean, if you think, I think it's a great idea to add something like this, because, I was gonna say accidents happen, but as happens, and so it's be cool to have this extra added functionality, this dual purpose of your Tesla vehicle, or really any EV vehicles at the end of the day. So definitely let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and we're gonna get into our next topic. But this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description, there's a Patreon link, so definitely check it out. And then we've got another topic on the price war. So let's queue up. Actually, we'll skip this topic. It's not that good. We'll get into our last topic about credit unions and interest rates. It's funny, I'm going to do this today right before tomorrow's video. We'll talk about some of the better credit unions and interest rates out there. But one last water break. All right, so welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today in this next topic, it looks like one of our favorite credit unions has raised rates. And also Tesla has raised their interest rates. So we'll take a look at some of them, and we'll kind of ask the question, like, is 2.99%, is that a thing of the past? Is, those rates, those quote low rates, right? 2.5, 2.9. Well, really what the last video was a few months ago was what, like 1.5 was existed. Even 1.24% existed at one time, like a year and a half ago. But of course, those days are long gone. And now the question is 2.5% also long gone? So, or even 2.9. So we'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at one that we recently recommended, but unfortunately it's coming to an end. And then of course I will show you one or two. It seems like there are credit unions with 2.5, 2.9 that still exists, but they're starting to tighten their grip and tighten their restrictions on it. So if you somehow fit into these two credit unions, like, congrats to you. You can take advantage of this sweet 2.9 and 2.5 rate. But of course, I'll show it so you can see if you're eligible from there. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on a Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. I spawned from this idea, or I got this idea because This credit union, which I've recommended a ton most recently, especially in our last video, ARMCO or ARMCO, just raised their rates. They had probably the better rates, better than some, at 3.2%. But they unfortunately raised it. So now if we take a look at some of the terms, you can see right here, we go to the current loan rates. The rates for their interest financing is now, let's see here, it's now at a 5.5%, which funnily enough, that's still a little bit lower than Tesla's 5.59%. But of course, just saving a 0.04% like that is not worth it at all. Like, it's definitely not worth the legwork. Even like going down to like 5% probably isn't worth the legwork and all that stuff. I would say like you probably have to go at least 1 percentage point down, if not more, for it to actually, make a lot of sense. And so on top of that, they're still getting a ton of loan demand. So if you've locked in with ARMCO, or if you were able to apply before they raise it, I think they raised this on 2/28. I know a lot of you in the chat, a lot of you in the off the channel have probably tried to apply to this. So let me know how it's going. Like, are they allowing you to lock in? Are they allowing you to keep these low rates as you apply through the process and get approved? Or are they kind of just saying like, sorry at the end of the day? And of course, the other one that was widely recommended on the channel was Tower Federal Credit Union. This got raised to 8.99% or 8.49%. Absolutely insane, I know. And it just sucks, that's for sure. I mean, we still have, a handful of credit unions that are, relatively easy to join. Just got to jump through hoops by either donating or something like that. Down below the Patreon, check it out. And of course, we will talk about some of them tomorrow, at least, 1 to 2 of them. But here are the two credit unions, of course, I promised, that still have 2.5%. So this first one right here is Gold Coast Federal Credit Union. It's got 2.5% right now. This term is for 60 months. But they just added this to the website. Please note that due to overwhelming response to our credit union, customer and consumer lending is being restricted to the state of Florida only. So there's probably a handful of you out there that live in Florida that, congrats, you can take advantage of this. You can get, this sweet 2.5% that literally just does not exist right now. And I certainly feel like the new low rate out there, at least from taking a look at my list of what the credit unions out there, I would say the new low is 3.8, maybe 4.0, 4.2. That is, I would say, it's not a good rate, but it's good relative to what's out there, because there's a lot of credit unions out there just like this that have like low rates like this, but pretty strict guidelines. Like Gold Coast, you can easily join, but you have to live in Florida. So your experience may vary there. Or maybe if you got a Florida address, congrats to you. And here is another one, Guardians Credit Union. They've got rates as low as 2.5% as well on new and used vehicles, terms all the way up to 84 months. So, I mean, it doesn't hurt. Like, give them a call, talk to them. But this one also kind of has that same story. Membership is open to all persons who live or work in Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie counties, or who is employed by one of our select employer groups. So I don't know what the list of select employer groups are, but certainly give them a call. Ask them. Maybe the company you work for is eligible. Maybe you'll be, lucky, some of the lucky few that take advantage of this 2.5% rate. And on top of that, if you're on the search, at least from my list, there's a lot of credit unions in Hawaii for some reason that have really good low rates. New York has a couple as well. And also if you're part of like colleges like UCLA, I think there was another one that, also can take advantage of these low rates. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it are. We're going to get back into the live stream, into the chat, and some of the comments. But before we get into that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including credit unions and banks on the list that have good interest rates that are all better than Tesla financing. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Patreon link down below in the description. All right. How to find if the Model Y is built for Texas or another VIN. Check the VIN. There's actually also a video on the channel where you can see and look by which letter it actually is. I'm excited for unlimited charging for $30. I hope all states get it. I only see Texas for now. Yeah, I want to know how that works. So congrats on that for being in Texas. And I'm really curious to see how they're actually going to implement it because it's home charging, right? I was able to change it a day earlier. Nice. Congrats. Florida FPL Energy Company provides unlimited nights and weekend charging for $38 a month. Free charge. Whoa. Hold on a second. Florida FPL provides unlimited nights and weekend charging for $38 a month. Free install and charger at no cost? Is that like the biggest hack ever? Florida FPL? Are you kidding me right now? Wow. Thank you, Nico, coming in and just dropping some hot knowledge right there. I mean, I would love to make a video on that by itself because even though I'm not in Florida and even though I'll never probably be able to take advantage of this, like that is crazy. That's crazy. Free install and chargers like what, $500, $600. Install is at least $1,000 or $2,000, and then you get unlimited charging for $38 a month. I mean, I know a deal when I see one. That's cool. That's good. To help the guy with pickup day. Yes, you can get them to move it up if you're persistent. Mine was set for Monday. I got them to move it up to tomorrow. Ryu, nice. Congrats. Where are you picking it up from? Dennis, on April 1st, you just lost the tax credit, sucker. That's for sure. Is that my title on April 1st? Oh, we got to think of a good April 1st title, actually, now that I think about it. Thanks for reminding me, Baka's World. Dennis, would you get a Fisker Ocean or Pear? Fisker, I'm good on. I'm good on him, think. Navy Fed CU is a great way to give you 9 days. I purchased a vehicle after approval. I'm chilling in mid-May. Nice, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I love those rates and unions that will give you 90-day no payment. That's fun. Curious, why are you banned from Tesla? Well, unfortunately, I labeled myself as a Tesla flipper. Here it is. It was fun. It was a cool experience. And then I guess someone at Tesla saw this article. They didn't like my MO, I guess. I also got to go on CBS Live. That was kind of fun as well. And that was cool. But Tesla, I had a Model Y and a Model X order in the queue, and they deleted both of them. And so that's why I'm banned at the moment. Water is thumbs up. Love it. I applied to Gold Coast the first week of February, so I got a process response from them. Yeah, and credit unions at the end are kind of a mixed bag. You got to kind of follow up with them. Applied for Armco 260, improved 218. Ooh, nice. 318 until March 31st. Sorry, are you sweating bullets a little bit? Because hopefully your delivery day is within that time. But what if? What if it changes? Can you see the vehicle VIN on waiting for Tesla? If so, can you point out where? No, you can't see your vehicle VIN. Or are you talking about just vehicle VINs in general? Because right here, this is the vehicle VIN. I know it's like jumbled and stuff. If you go to details, it should be in here somewhere. I've never really looked at 100% because it doesn't really matter. Well, it doesn't matter. I guess if you're trying to apply for like financing or something, it should be here somewhere. Or not. Because this is like the first few digits, but yeah, I guess not, huh? Weird. Still no Tesla parking vision. Are they just experimenting with the 2023 model and will add hardware for it? I mean, at this point, Model Y, there's no reason for them to update it. In my opinion, they might as well just wait till next year for both. Pick up Santa Barbara Tesla store. That's for sure. That's for sure far. That's for sure. But I love it. Can you switch a custom order to an inventory without calling it a Tesla person? Yes. Check out the two EDD estimated delivery date hacks on the channel in the past few weeks or past few days. So you can check out the 2 strategies that we have. Keep in mind, everyone, when you apply for a credit union, they'll 99% of the time run a credit check on you. Oh yeah, that's for sure. I probably won't blanket apply to everyone because of that. Well, as long as you do it within the same day, same week, it's all one credit hit. So yeah, you actually have nothing to worry about for credit for applications. And quick story, then every time I buy something, I hit my credit like hard as I can. And I've opened credit cards. At one point, I was opening credit cards like every quarter, just because. And I get the best rates. I get the best home loan rates as well. And so no issues there. It's only credit inquiries are only bad when you don't have the best credit. If you take care of your credit, you can hit it as much as you want all the time. But if you don't take care of your credit, then that's when credit inquiries can hurt you. Yeah, the Florida program is called FPL Evolution. I have my appointment with them to install in a couple of weeks. It was a no-brainer for me. Wow, that's cool. Not bad. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Check out the Patreon links down below in the description. Then, of course, all the other links. Definitely hit that subscribe and the like button because tomorrow we will be doing our giveaway. And so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please hit that like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.